And just so everybody here in the union knows, if you want to do anything on stage, you can. I don't care if you come up here and do a handstand, cartwheel, you know, backflip. It's all cool. Poetry, singing, dancing, that's cool too. And I think tonight we're going to start off with Michael Kelly, if he's here. Anybody? All right, I guess we're going to start off with Jason Newberg then. And everybody give him a round of applause if you feel so inclined.
Okay, so how many people here are video game fans? How many of you played Devil May Cry 4? Okay, so I'm going to do a cover of a song called Shall Never Surrender. So have I. I'll laugh last cause you came to die. The damage done, the pain subsides, and I can see the fear clear when I look in your eyes. I'll never kneel and I never rest. You can tear the heart from my chest. I'll make you see what I do best. I'll succeed as you breathe your very last breath. Now I know how the angel fell. I know the tale and I know it too well. I'll make you wish you had a soul to sell, and I'll strike you down and send you straight to hell. My army comes from deep within, beneath my soul, beneath my skin. As you're ending, I'm about to begin. My strength is pain, and now I'll never give in. I'll tell you now, I'm born to survive. You'll never break my faith or my stride. I'll have you choke on your own demise. I'll make the angel scream and the devil cry. shall never surrender. They will see, we'll fight until eternity. Come with me, we'll stand and fight together. Through our strength, we'll make a better day tomorrow. We shall never surrender. Shall never surrender. We shall never surrender. Thank you.
And next up we have Joe Martin, and he's going to do some poetry. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Hello. Yeah, here we said I'm just going to try to read some of my poems. Alright. This one's called You and Out. I'm engulfed with no influx of infatuations, no existential descriptions or symphonic similes. My words are not intrepid, invaluable in their fevered, lavish images, nor invulnerable to the human inquisition. Instead, I'm outplayed, overrun by intangible purity, lacking literary grip. The metaphors and soaking words of fruitful picture squeeze out from the fingers of my mind. Let them flee, outlandish they may stay. I am comfortable in my stance between walls, my place in partition. No mind chattering will I break today with my words for her. I'll simply label it love. Is that better?
Yeah, you can pour it. There you go.
Alright, next I've got it's a little excerpt from a short story I started writing. It's kind of random, there's no title for it, but I'll just go with it. The spreading shadows swell around the corner, dark and puffed like bruises upon the brick foundation. His feet glance across the concrete, maintaining a brisk, timid pace, 1 foot barely greeting the ground before shooting off for the next step. His demeanor is rushed and feverish as his hands stab into his pockets down to his groin, wrapping his arms and jacket into a tight shell. Scurrying into the deep black of the alleyway, his head whips in all directions, picking out sights and shapes, sharpened silhouettes poking out along his path. The night presses down around him, and the city, the delinquent, hardened thug that it is, with a keen, calculating sense and a cold, determined method, peers upon him with electric eyes. The living metropolis exhales its flowing sets of smoke into the night sky, and this industrial Zeus, this demigod hoodlum, ever present and without mercy, calls upon its underlings, demanding the man's head. Rusted, darkened fire exits climb the walls around him, and the withered, creeping weeds, stagnant from the urban surroundings, reach out of the cracking ground to brush the man's fleeing footsteps. His heart pounds the inside of his chest with a flurry of intensifying beats. His vision becomes a tunnel, the dark alley circling the corners of his view. His eyes grasp firmly on the dimly lit exit ahead, pulling him forward like 2 drowning hands upon a rope. The tightening gaze of the city narrows down in aggressive pursuit. The urban enigma clenches its fist on the edge of its throne, built of stained concrete and brick. It leans forward, hovering its presence above the abandoned, helpless man that races through the abysmal urban catacomb below. He clenches his teeth and wrenches its brow, then awakens a brutal grin. Eroded, darkened squares stand behind its hardened lips, like a row of mailboxes, all holding letters, filled with decrees of inevitable tragic end. The man emerges from the alleyway, his escalating pulse emptying into the streets. He halts momentarily in the stale orange wash of the city lamps. He collects his surroundings, but finds no solace in his change of space. There are no signs of relevant life. He is still alone. Legs launch and he again makes way, each step digging deeper into the night. The hours are growing later and the city is almost upon him.